Right, so I'm about 30 minutes into this video and I've talked about the team stats, the team overview, bit of fun to start the video, talk about my predictions so far and what's tracking well, it's not tracking well. 46 players on Collingwood's AFL lists, and I'm going to go through every single Collingwood player so far in 2026. Just a brief overview, just areas of improvements, what I like about them so far, what I don't like about them so far, and what I expect for the rest of the year, and if they're out of contract, if they stay or go. But in regards to looking at every single Collingwood player so far in 2026, I'm going to go in order from how much AFL games they've played so far, so 13 AFL games, all the way down to the players who haven't played an AFL game but have played VFL. So from Billy Frampton all the way down to Harrison Coe. Everyone's going to be talked about so far in 2026. But I'm going to start off this player review and analysis with Rowan Steele. Who would have thought? Not on my bingo card or anyone's bingo card for Rowan Steele to play every single game so far in 2026. But Rowan Steele, a shining light. He's improved on his 2025 season so far. Played every single game, 11 goals so far, 14.5 disposals a game. Playing on the wing, half forward, bit of a hybrid versatile role, utility, but that's what we need so far. 4.1 score involvements, 2.3 inside 50 entries, 1.6 tackles, and 1.2 clearances as well. I don't regard Rowan Steele as a clearance machine or anything like that, but he's got clearances to his name as well. But yeah, nothing but positive so far for Rowan Steele. Played every single game, hasn't been managed, used well so far, and can go down forward and kick goals or two. So yeah, Rowan Steele on track for a very good season. Most improved player for us, in my opinion. Can play down forward. So whether he's starting on the bench, going on ground, playing on the wing, or starting on the bench, going down forward, he's got that versatility. So he shouldn't be managed or dropped. He can play multiple roles and play well for that matter. So Rowan Steele, thumbs up season. Same with Billy Frampton, 13 games so far. Ranked number one in the competition for spoils, averaging 7 spoils a game, 8 1%ers a game, ranked top 5 in the competition for total 1%ers, 6.2 intercepts, top 20 for total intercepts, 5.8 marks a game, 2.2 intercept marks a game, ranked top 10 for total intercept marks, laying tackles as well, and just over 90% disposal efficiency, ranked 11th in the competition. So he's not a turnover machine. I don't cringe or dread Billy Frampton with ball in hand, and he reads the ball or reads the play very well. Do I think he's all Australian? Most likely not, but he's nullifying opposition key forwards. He's not dominating. That's the thing. That's why he's not in that all Australian selection contention and whatnot. But Billy Frampton needs to be playing or continue playing this sort of game or performance so far in 2026. Darcy Moore to come back in later in the season, but Billy Frampton needs to look him in the eyes and say, look at me, I am the captain now. Let Billy Frampton control that back line. Let Darcy Moore be a tree, be a Nick Maxwell in the back line. Just intercept everything, read the play. That's how we're going to go far. I think there's areas of improvement for the back line when Darcy Moore comes back in, but Billy Frampton can only do so much, and he's playing his role very well. So Billy Frampton, like Rowan Steele, gets a thumbs up for me in 2026. Polarizing one is Dan McStay. He's played every single game so far, 22 goals. He's in the top 20 goals kicked this year. He's on track for a career best year, unbelievably, and yet by the eyes, you wouldn't think so. 4.4 marks a game, 1.6 contested marks a game, ranked fourth in the competition for total contested marks. Unbelievably, but it's mostly one-on-one contests. And that's the thing with Dan McStay. He either wins these contests comprehensively or he loses the contest comprehensively. 2 marks a game inside 50, top 20 for marks inside 50, 4.3 score involvements, 2.3 tackles, just under 2 inside 50 entries, and also playing as a pinch hitting ruck, which I don't like, but I understand why. Oscar Steen, ACL, and Harrison Coe, Lyra Smith yet to debut. I don't want to see Dan McStay playing in the ruck. I think just keep him down forward. He's on track for 30 plus goals this year, maybe even close to 40. No Jamie Elliott. I remember making that video talking about Dan McStay and Jamie Elliott not working well together in the forward line. Ever since that video, though, those two worked much better down forward, but Jamie Elliott out for the season. Jamie Elliott was thriving without Dan McStay last year. Now it's time for Dan McStay to thrive without Jamie Elliott in the side. Jack Crisp, every single game so far. No surprise there. 13 games, 3 goals so far. Stranded on 99 career goals. I'm looking forward to that 100th goal. I think they'll come eventually. 22.8 disposals a game so far this year, just under 6 marks a game, 5.5 score involvements a game, 4.3 tackles a game, 3.6 inside 50 entries, just under 2 rebound 50s a game, and just under 2 clearances a game. Can play anywhere, outside mid, wing, sort of outside role player, half forward, half back, even though he can't kick goals at half forward anymore. But He has a role. He's durable. He's flexible. That's why Jack Crisp continues to play games. He's not fully efficient or effective or potent in games anymore, but it's Jack Crisp. Well, look, Jack Crisp, he's not a top 10 Collingwood player. He's not a bottom six player. He's just there right now. And we hope for Jack Crisp to improve and have those good games to be the point of difference in games. But I expect nothing more, nothing less from Jack Crisp. Just a solid year. That's pretty much it for Jack Crisp. Isaac Quaynor, 13 games, every single game so far, just under 18 disposals a game, over 6 marks a game, 5 intercepts, 4 rebound 50s, 2.9 spoils a game, 2.5 tackles a game. Just like Jack Crisp, just solid. That's pretty much it. Lockie Schultz, 13 games so far, 13 goals, 15 disposals a game, 5.5 score involvements, just under 5 marks a game. It could be over 5 marks a game, but he's dropping sodas so far. 1.7 marks inside 50, 4.2 tackles a game, 2 tackles inside 50 a game, ranked one or number one in the competition for tackles inside 50, and just under 3 inside 50 entries a game. Yeah, thumbs up year for the most part. Just those games where it's like you'd expect more sort of thing. His pressure is outstanding inside 50. Much better role here compared to 2024, being utilised up the ground a lot more, or inside 50 a lot more. Forward half is what I'm trying to say. 2024 playing as that connector, heading inside 50 didn't work. So that pressure inside 50 is what we need, and Lucas Schultz providing that in spades. Yeah, thumbs up year for the most part. Another polarizing Dan is Dan Houston, 13 games so far, just the one goal against the Giants. Under 23 disposals a game, but stats wise improved on compared to last year. 6.9 marks a game, ranked 12th in the competition for total marks for the year. 1.4 intercept marks, 5.5 intercepts a game, 5 rebound 50s a game, ranked 13th in the competition for rebound 50s. 2.3 tackles a game, and just under 2 inside 50s a game. Yeah, polarizing. He's out of form so far. Bit of a drop off in form the last 2 games. We need more from Dan Houston yet again. But in saying that, he's actually improved on last year. And games this year, like against Hawthorn, against St Kilda this year, played so well. And he's also having some bad games, some shockers. Almost like Brodie Grundy playing for Melbourne. That's what Dan Houston is right now. But not being utilised properly. We are failing Dan Houston, and his confidence is down. Hopefully, it improves or turns around after the bye. Josh Dacos up the ground. I'll talk on Josh Dacos a little bit later, but yeah, 23 disposals a game, rounding it up. Can it go up to 25 disposals a game? More potent and lethal up the ground. That one kick inside 50, finding a target, and we go from there. There's still missing pieces for Dan Houston in 2026, so hopefully we figure it out. Braden Maynard, 13 games so far, 1 goal. That was against Hawthorn. Just under 19 disposals a game, 5.7 marks, 5.5 intercepts, 4 rebound 50s a game, 3.3 tackles, 3.2 score involvements, and 2 inside 50s a game so far this year. That was the shoulder. We'll find out on Tuesday in 48 hours' time the extent of that injury. Hopefully, nothing serious. He's a good leader, a tremendous leader, a great leader, a perfect leader. There you go, a perfect leader. Uh, Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. Hopefully, we have the depth to back up Braden Maynard. You'd expect him to miss games. It's just a matter of how many games he'll miss. But a thumbs up, like Lockie Schultz, a thumbs up here for the most part. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious for Braden Maynard, and he comes back later in the season. And the last Collingwood player to have played every single game so far this year, Josh Dacos, 13 games, a goal. That was against Geelong, I believe. I have to double check that. 26.5 disposals a game, ranked 17th in the competition for total disposals. 6 marks a game, 5.8 score involvements, just under 5 rebound 50s, 16th in the competition for rebound 50s. So we have 2 Collingwood players in the AFL's top 20 for rebound 50s. Just under 4 intercepts a game, 3.3 inside 50s, 2.4 tackles, and 1.5 clearances a game. I am off the Josh Dacos midfield train. I think Josh Dacos works better as that outside wing player, just working in tandem with Nick Dacos. That's what we're missing so far. It works a lot better for King's birthday, even though Josh Dacos is still not potent or lethal by foot or by disposal or ball in hands. King's birthday was a classic example. Yes, he was able to find the footy. He's a lot more involved, but the next step is now getting back to that proper Josh Dacos form, that All-Australian contending form where he's lethal by foot. He's the point of difference. He needs to be working in tandem with Nick Dacos again. Nick Dacos doing his thing in the midfield, Josh Dacos doing his thing in the back line, but Josh Dacos, just put him on the wing, let Dan Houston cook half back, let Josh Dacos cook on the wing, and let Nick Dacos cook in the midfield. That's going to go a long way for us to improving in 2026. But Josh Dacos, polarizing like the Dans, but it's Josh Dacos. I'm off the midfield train or the midfield experiment. Yes, he had a massive final quarter against Gold Coast last year, but against Brisbane, he was exposed in the midfield, unfortunately. And he's good for pinch hitting in the midfield or depth, but that's as far as I'll go for Josh Dacos in the midfield. Put him on the wing. He can't even find the goals anymore. Fuck's sake, he's a Dacos. Put him on the wing, that attacking wing role, and let him find the goals yet again. Let him be Josh Dacos. Let him be the son of Peter Dacos. But a good little segue into Nick Dacos. 12 games so far, 14 goals, just under 35 disposals a game. Unbelievable. Second in the competition for total disposals. 8.3 score involvements, ranked 8th in the competition for total score involvements. 7 inside 50s, ranked 4th in the competition for total inside 50s. 5.1 clearances, though. That's a stat that's letting him down there. 4.8 marks a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 tackles a game. Second in the competition for turnovers as well. So that's the big talking point there for Nick Dacos. Just not lethal by foot. I think it was 52% kicking efficiency this year. Not good enough. Needs to go up to at least 70%. At least 70%. And I've talked about other players and positional changes for going up the ladder for Collingwood, but Nick Dacos, man, find targets inside 50. If you can find targets up the grounds again, it's going to go a long way. Nick Dacos, tremendous player, great player, not the best player in the competition right now, but that can change. That can improve right there. Next man up is Jordan De Goey, 12 games so far, 12 goals, just under 20 disposals a game, 7.4 score involvements, 4.7 marks, 4.1 inside 50s, 2.5 tackles, and 2.2 clearances. The king of the first quarters. Starts games so well, tapers off. That's to be expected. But there are times where he just excels in the second half. Against Dogs, that final quarter almost got us over the line. Unfortunately, just not kicking those goals. 1 goal, 3, and also 2 goals, 2 for King's birthday. Missing that set shot and not owning the moment, but just those little things. He had a tremendous first half against Hawthorn and then tapered off massively after that. But he's almost in career best form. He's our second best midfielder right now. But we need him to be that third or fourth or maybe that fifth midfielder. Rests down forward, kicks those goals. That's the best version of Jordan Agoe, in my opinion. But no fault in the midfield right now. Just hoping his body holds up in the midfield this year. But thumbs up here for Jordan Agoe. He's a lot more efficient when he's resting down forward and playing that 50-50 hybrid role. But yeah, almost 20-1 in that club. So that's good to see. Nick Dacos in that club. Hopefully Jordan Agoe joins him. They'll be going back to polarising players. Patrick Lipinski, 12 games, 4 goals, 20.3 disposals a game so far. So over 20 disposals to be exact. 6.3 score involvements, 4.5 marks a game, 2.6 inside 50s. We need more for Lipinski for inside 50 entries, but that's on Fly, not Lipinski. 2.5 tackles a game, 2 rebound 50s, and 1.5 clearances a game. Shirking out of a contest against Melbourne final quarter. Your haters will never let you live that down, Lipinski. I'm not a massive fan of Lipinski, but I don't understand the hate. But shirking out of contests, I can't defend that. The haters, you got the ammunition right there. But Lipinski, I think, is a lot more efficient as that half forward wing sort of hybrid role, not smack bang in the middle or on a half back or anything like that. Just what happened to Lipinski being that delivery man, that entries inside 50? Ever since he was managed against Gold Coast last year, it's just been different for Lipinski. So hopefully Lipinski's utilised better, like many other players, and we go from there. Darcy Cameron, bit of a thumbs down year. Probably the first player that I'm bringing up that's got a thumbs down, proper thumbs down. 12 games, 1 goal kicked. That was in opening round. Just under 20 hitouts a game, but he's 13th in the competition for total hitouts as of this recording, or as I had the stats ready. Just under 5 hitouts to advantage, 15th in the competition for total hitouts to advantage. 17.4 disposals, so he plays well around the ground. Just the ruck work with the ruck rules costing him so far. 4.5 score involvements, 4.4 clearances a game, 3.6 stoppage clearances, ranked 7th in the competition for stoppage clearances. So you can't fault Darcy Cameron in stoppages, but in the centre clearances or centre bounces, that's what's costing him so far at this year. 3.9 marks a game, 2 intercept marks a game, 3.7 intercepts, 2.7 tackles, 1.5 inside 50s, and just over 1 or 1.1 rebound 50s. Yeah, it's a thumbs down year. Can't fault him too much for it, but kind of like Tristan Jerry, where it's just, yeah, the ruck rules. It's costing him. Lloyd Meek, another one. Yeah, that's why Oscar Steen came in. He goes out, and Darcy Cameron needs that backup support, and that's going to excel Darcy Cameron as well if we have that proper backup ruck for Darcy Cameron. We had that with Mason Cox. He's at Freo. He's thriving. Freo's thriving. Oscar Steen came in. He's out, and we've only got Harrison Coe and Alira Smith left for backup ruck proper options. Jack Buller, Dan McStay, they're not it, unfortunately. Bo McCreary, 12 games, 7 goals so far, just under 15 disposals a game, just under 5 tackles a game, 1.1 tackles a game inside 50, 4.4 score involvements, 3.3 inside 50 entries, 2.4 marks a game, and 1.5 clearances. I think we were expecting Bo McCreary to take the next step. Unfortunately, he's taken that next step, but he's sort of gone backwards, unfortunately. Is the club the issue? Does he need a fresh start elsewhere? That's a watch this space for Bo McCreary in September, but I think we were expecting Bo McCreary to get close to 20 disposals a game. He's an impact player, but he's not having an impact, and I don't know his definitive role. Is he a Jordan De Goey hybrid where he's 50% forward, 50% midfield? What is he? We need a definitive role for Bo McCreary. I think just play him as a forward, that pressure forward who kicks goals. I think just go back to basics with Bo McCreary. Jamie Elliott, season-ending ACL injury, 11 games, 17 goals, 11.8 disposals, 6 score involvements, 3.5 marks, 1.7 marks inside 50, 1.5 inside 50s, 1.5 tackles, and 1.1 tackles inside 50. It wasn't 2025 form. He was on track for 30 plus goals, and then he does the ACL. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He may have played his last game. I'm hopeful he returns halfway through 2027 and then just play whatever's left on his contracts. Just celebrate the career of Jamie Elliott. Happy for Jamie Elliott and what he's done for Collingwood throughout his career. We got him that premiership. He missed 2 full seasons, 2016, 2018. He's going to miss half of this year, half of next year. What could have been for Jamie Elliott, could have played 300 plus games, but he won't even get to 250. But we'll celebrate Jamie Elliott for what he's got left in the tank the next 18 months, but we'll go from there. Ned Long, 11 games so far this year, 3 goals, just under 16 disposals a game, 6 tackles a game, ranked 14th in the competition for total tackles, 1.4 tackles inside 50, ranked 19th in the competition for tackles inside 50, 3.6 score involvements, 2.6 marks a game, 2.4 inside 50s, and just under 2 clearances a game. I still think Ned Long plays a part in Collingwood's season for 2026. Go back to the VFL, play well. He did that against KC Demons, which was tremendous that second half, but keep playing in the VFL, lead us to wins. Against Frankster would be another example there. Lead us to a win, set the example in the VFL, evolve, adapt as a midfielder, then come back in, provide that chop out, that depth in the midfield, and just play in the midfield only. Craig McRae, you're watching this. If you're listening, Ned Long, midfielder only. Only in the midfield. Ned Long, midfielder. That's it. But another player that was dropped for King's birthday, Steele Sidebottom. 11 games so far, 2 goals, 15 disposals a game, 4.7 marks, 3 score involvements, 2 inside 50s, 1.7 rebound 50s, 1.7 tackles, and 1.6 clearances a game. He's old, and unfortunately, it's a thumbs down year so far. Maybe expecting more, but he's a champion of the club. Father time's catching up, unfortunately. Uh, do I think he comes straight back in for Port Adelaide? I'm going to say no. I think go back to the VFL. What I say? Go back to the VFL. Steele side? No. Just go to the VFL. Try and win us games like Ned Long, and then you'll come back in, I reckon. Scott Penderbury, the GOAT. 10 games so far, 3 goals, 24.1 disposals a game. That's why I'm leaning towards him staying on for one more year. 50-50, but he's gone from, I think he'll retire, to all of a sudden, got one more year left in him. 7 score involvements, 4.7 marks a game, 3.8 clearances, 2.5 tackles a game, 2 inside 50s, and 1.3 rebound 50s. Yeah, the GOAT for a reason. Jeremy Howe, another veteran, 10 games so far this year, hasn't missed a beat since returning, or playing his first game against the Giants, delayed pre-season. 17.6 disposals a game, 7.2 marks a game, 2 intercept marks a game, just under 6 intercepts in total, or 6 intercepts a game on average. 5.2 spoils a game, 4.5 rebound 50s a game, 3 score involvements, and 1.2 tackles. Overall, by Jeremy Howe standards and my expectations, thumbs up year. Hopefully his body holds up, but I still don't think he plays on in 2027. Harry Perriman, 9 games so far this year, returning for King's birthday, 17.7 disposals a game, 5 marks, 4.4 intercepts a game, 3.1 rebound 50s, 3 tackles, 3 score involvements a game, 1.9 inside 50s, and pretty much 1 clearance every 2 games. I prefer Harry Perryman in the midfield, but he's our Mr. Fix-It guy. He can play anywhere and plays his role to perfection. He's the best utility we've got. He's versatile, he's flexible. That's what Craig McRae loves about him. That's what we love about Harry Perryman. And hopefully his hamstrings hold up and his body holds up and he plays whatever roles provided or what we need from Harry Perryman. And hopefully he leads us to winning games in 2026 after the bye. Tim Membry, 9 games, 12 goals, just under 10 disposals a game, under 5 score involvements a game, 4.6 marks a game, 2.2 marks inside 50 and 1.2 inside 50 entries a game. He's probably our 5th best key forward. Dan McStay, Jack Buller, Charlie West, Mitch Badatsky, Tim Membry. I think he's out the door this year or end of the year. And just persevere with Charlie West. Mitch Badatsky came in, didn't look out of place, just needs to convert those set shots. But Tim Membry, go back to the VFL, try and kick goals in the VFL. We could have Ned Long, Steel Side Bottom, and Tim Membry in the VFL, and they could lead us to wins in the VFL. So hopefully that's the case. For me at least, and just for our forward line. Just like Jamie Elliott, Oscar Steen, out for the season, ACL, 8 games, 4 goals, 11.4 hitouts. 3.9 hitouts to advantage per game, 8.4 disposals, 3 score involvements, 2.3 marks, 1.9 clearances, and 1.5 tackles. He came in, he did his part, we enjoyed it, and then he's out. Just can't have nice things, unfortunately. And Oscar Steen, hopefully he's back halfway through next year and he comes back without missing a beat. Angus Anderson, 8 games so far, 9 goals, 13.3 disposals a game, 4 score involvements, 3.3 tackles, 2.8 inside 50s, 2.6 marks a game. Just finds those bullshit goals. I enjoy it. Can kick 55, 60 metres with ease. And for us, and hopefully Craig McRae keeps Angus Anderson in the side, he's going to always be in the bottom 6. I did read that Scott Gulan article, The Collingwood Way, talking about guys like Angus Anderson, where he's not going to play 100 plus games, but he's going to provide 50 plus games and he's going to play damn well in that time. So that's all we need from Angus Anderson. Just keeps playing well. He's going to always be in the bottom 6. He'll have that one bad game and he'll be dropped. That's to be expected. But for Angus Anderson, he's on the fringes. He's in and out of the side, or mostly in the side, but our top 25 best players, Angus Anderson's in there. It's good to see. And then we'll start getting to the players who have had some decent games at AFL level, but also played a handful of VFL games. Ed Allen, 8 games so far this year, that 1 goal against West Coast. 13 disposals a game, AFL level. Just under 4 tackles a game, 2.3 inside 50s, 2 score involvements, 1.8 clearances, 1.6 marks a game. Who knew? Playing Ed Allen, smack bang in the middle, working alongside Nick Dacos and Jordan DeGoey and Scott Penderbury, works wonders for a kid learning the craft of the midfielder, a tall midfielder. He is the modern day midfielder. Use him to perfection, and we'll get perfection in the end. 31.3 disposals a game in the VFL. 7.5 inside 50, 6 tackles, 5 clearances, and 2.8 marks a game in the VFL. Yeah, he's bridging the gap from being too good in the VFL, not good enough for AFL, to being a solid, good hand in the AFL. But I've got the eyes above Ed Allen because he's a watch this space. He could be trade value, trade bait to another club this year. He's out of contract this year. I hope he stays, and I hope he's learning the craft in the midfield yet again. But if he leaves, I don't blame him, unfortunately. Jack Buller, 6 games so far this year, 5 goals, 8.3 disposals a game, 3.3 marks, 3.2 score involvements, 1.7 tackles, and 1.5 marks inside 50. He looks a player. There's a player there. 18 goals in 6 VFL games this year, 15 disposals a game, 5.3 marks, 1.7 inside 50s, and 1.7 tackles, as well as 1.3 hitouts. I don't want to see Jack Buller playing in the ruck anymore, not even pinch hitting, unless it's forward 50 stoppages and whatnot. But Jack Buller, there's a key forward there. He's out of contract next year. He might be a stopgap, but the onus is on Jack Buller to prove me and everyone wrong and play well to earning another contract at Collingwood. But that's for another 12 plus months, 18 months, as I've been saying earlier in this video for other players. But Jack Buller, there's a player there, whether he's playing or playing AFL after the bye, we'll find out. He could be like Steel Sidebottom and Tim Membry playing VFL, but that's a watch this space. Will Hayes out with a shoulder injury, 6 games, 5 goals at AFL level, just the 1 VFL game so far, surprisingly. Just under 7 disposals a game, 2.5 score involvements, 2 marks, and 1.5 inside 50 entries. look, for Will Hayes' standards and my expectations, that's a thumbs up year. He's playing multiple AFL games. I just hope he comes back from his shoulder injury and he's back to playing Will Hayes footy. I don't want to see him come back and he's looking like a sore thumb out there. But that's part of the development of Will Hayes, the purple haze right there. We go from one Will to another Will Parker. 5 AFL games, 11 disposals a game, 3.2 marks, 2.2 rebound 50s, 1.6 score involvements, 1.2 tackles a game. 5 VFL games as well, 17.2 disposals a game, 4.2 marks, 2.6 tackles a game, 2.2 inside 50s, and 1.6 clearances. 3 wondering emojis above him because I don't know about Will Parker. He could stay, he could go, he could be delisted, he could be extended, he could be anything, Will Parker. I just don't know. He's our 26th best player right now. He's just on the fringes every time. Emergency on the bench, bottom 6 player, fringe player, best VFL player. You just don't know with Will Parker. A solid hand, a good hand, but there's not much else there, unfortunately. Now we get into the players who've only played a handful or less than a handful of AFL games this year. Darcy Moore, oh captain, my captain. What the hell, captain? 4 games, 2 of those, or 3 of those with injury affected games. 6.3 disposals a game, 3 marks, 2.3 intercepts, and 2.8 rebound 50s. So there's a player there who can play well as a key defender, that intercepting key defender, and that's what I expect for Darcy Moore to come back in. Billy Frampton holds the fort down back. Let Darcy Moore play that intercepting role. I don't want to see him turn it over or drop sodas or anything like that. He had a good first half against West Coast. Then we played in the ruck, and then he got injured. No, I don't want to see that. He played well. He was on track to playing well and finding his footing down back playing against West Coast. Then we put him in the ruck, and the rest is history. Stuck on 199, just like Jack Crisp. 99 career goals. Just yeah, I just don't know. He's not going to be the captain next year. I'll make that bold prediction right now. But Darcy Moore, there's still a role for Darcy Moore in 2026, and I think he'll be a massive point of difference once he comes back in. One more hamstring injury he's done for, unfortunately, this year. Charlie West, second year Blues, 2 games at AFL level, 1 goal. That was that first minute goal against Sydney. He's technically played 7 quarters without a goal at AFL level, unfortunately. 6.5 disposals a game, 3 marks a game, 2.5 score involvements, 1.5 contested marks, and 1.5 inside 50s. 6 VFL games this year, 16 goals, 0 goals 4 against Casey Demons, what could have been for that one. 12.3 disposals, 5.7 marks, and 2.4 inside 50s. So he's having a good year at VFL level again, just like last year. We're just taking that next step to AFL level. He's a player of the future for us, and we just need to persevere. We need to keep putting games into Charlie West, not another one of those players where he's not being tried or given a chance and he gets frustrated. I don't want to see that. Harvey Harrison for me gets a thumbs up because he's back playing AFL and he's not injured. Like missed all of last year. Just playing games this year would have been a thumbs up for me anyway. But 2 AFL games this year, 9 disposals, 5.5 tackles, 3.5 tackles inside 50, 3 marks, and 2.5 score involvements. 7 VFL games this year, 4 goals, 15 disposals a game, just under 5 tackles a game at VFL level, just under 4 inside 50s, and just under 3 marks. I'll round it up. Sorry. 5 tackles a game at VFL level, 4 inside 50s, and 3 marks. Sorry about that. Thumbs up year. Back playing AFL level. Just missing that goal at AFL level again to edit and amend or update the intro for Harvey Harrison to include. But he's in the bottom 6. He's a fringe player. He's out of contract next year. Just keep playing games of footy. Don't get injured. That's a thumbs up for Harvey Harrison, for everyone involved. And then just 2 more players who have played AFL level this year before I get into the rest. Lockie Sullivan, he's played 1 AFL game so far against Brisbane. Barely used, unfortunately. But he's played 7 VFL games this year, 4 goals, 20 disposals a game, 4.3 tackles, 4.1 inside 50s, and 3.6 clearances. I've got him as a thumbs down because he's just depth for us at the moment. He's probably our 30th best player, and he's out of contract this year, 29 years, or turns 29 this year. In September, he's delisted. He's most likely going to be delisted. And Mitch Badatsky, I'm going off Collingwood stats. 1 game, King's birthday, kicked that goal. 13 disposals, 4 score involvements, 3 marks, 2 marks inside 50, 3 inside 50s, and 2 tackles. Didn't look out of place at AFL level. Didn't look out of place on the big stage. Just missing that set shot in that third quarter. That's the initiation. Welcome to Collingwood sort of thing. Mitch Badatsky, out of contract this year, mid-season pickup. He's here for the now, but I think there's a future for Mitch Badatsky at Collingwood and just needs to keep playing like he's been playing so far this year in the VFL. Leading goal scorer in the VFL gets a thumbs up for me, but there's so much more to be explored for Mitch Badatsky, and he deserves to be playing AFL, and I'm glad we picked him up. And then we've got 14 players on our list who haven't played a game at AFL level this year. Jacob Bryan, we'll start off with him. 10 VFL games, kicked that goal against Coburg. Just under 22 disposals a game, 5.7 marks, 2 tackles. I'm going off the VFL or going off the AFL website, looking at the VFL, so the stats are very brief. Braden Maynard with a shoulder. Could that mean Jacob Bryan gets called up? We'll find out. Tao Jath, TJ, 10 VFL games, 17.6 disposals a game, 5.6 marks, 2.9 tackles, 1.4 inside 50s. He's not losing his head or his temper anymore. That was the case earlier in the year. There was that game against Carlton where he was just shocking, but he's solid. He's just under Jacob Bryan, in my opinion, in regards to the backline depth, but out of contract next year. He might be delisted, then picked up on the rookie list for us, or he might be going off to Melbourne to playing with his brother, but that's a watch this space. Ty Prindable, first year player. Every game played so far, 10 VFL games, 3 goals, just under 15 disposals a game, 5.5 tackles, which is good to see. He's not a massive ball winner. He's not an accumulator like Swaddling, but he's the efficient user. But he played so much better last year as a Brisbane Academy player playing in the VFL compared to this year for us. So that's my only blimp on Prindable. But first year player, he's solid, 2.7 clearances, 2.3 marks, and 1.9 inside 50 entries. First year player, keeps developing, no thumbs down, just a blip, but overall, can't fault him right now. Aliro Smith, 10 VFL games so far this year, 6 goals, 16.9 hitouts a game, 7.7 disposals, 3.3 tackles, 2 clearances, 2 marks, and 1.2 inside 50s. He could make his AFL debut this year if we can't trust Harris and Co. We've got no backup in the ruck. Darcy Cameron can't do it on his own, and there's no faith in me having Jack Buller or Dan McStay as that pinch hitting backup ruck. So Smith, he'll be there in the mix by default. But he's out of contract this year. And do we put faith or do we continue with Leroy Smith as a young ruckman? We'll find out from season's end. Sam Swadlin, unbelievable year so far. 9 VFL games, 2 goals, 27 disposals a game, 4.9 marks, 3.1 inside 50s, 2.3 tackles, 1.6 clearances a game. Thumbs up year, on the verge of senior selection, making his AFL debut. And once he makes his AFL debut, you're going to love him. You're going to enjoy him. I enjoy him at VFL level. He's versatile, plays as a midfielder, half back, half forward on the wing. He can do it all. Fly loves that. Just play him, man. Play the kids. And not just play the kids, back the kids, progress the kids, develop the kids. Another thumbs up year for a first year player. Just Saxena, 9 VFL games, 13 goals, 12.6 disposals a game, 2.6 inside 50s, 2.6 marks, and 1.1 tackles a game. I guess the tackling and the pressure is what lets him down, but he's having that Will Hayes debut or first year at VFL level. On track to having a goal a game still, so 8 VFL games left. On track for 20, 25 goals a game, or 20, not a game, but for the year. That's a thumbs up year for Jeff Saxena. He needs another preseason. He's a Category B rookie. Hopefully we upgrade him to the rookie list or the senior list, but I'd be shocked if he was delisted by us at the end of the year. Noah Howes, shoulder injury, but 8 VFL games, 3 goals, converted to a key defender, 12.6 disposals, 5.8 marks. I don't have any intercept stats, unfortunately, but laying a tackle and inside 50 per game. But thumbs up year for Noah Howes. He's on the fringe of being a key defender at AFL level, but the shoulder injury. You got Joel Cochran, Liam Puncher in the wings as well, but Noah Howes also out of contract. He was given a lifeline or an extension final minute end of last year. That's likely going to be the case for him yet again, unfortunately. But Noah Howes just needs to come back in, play his role down back, and who knows how our VFL season goes. Zach McCarthy, 7 VFL games. He was rested for 2 games previously, 4 goals so far. He's a tall first year player. He's a ruck forward, but he hasn't played ruck, just a key forward. First year player, that's all I can ask for. His stats don't wow you, doesn't wow me, doesn't move the needle, doesn't give life anywhere, but yeah, first year player. He's out of contract next year, so yeah, it takes time. Harry DiMattia coming back from his back injury, 5 VFL games, 2 goals. The reigning defending undisputed Joseph Wren VFL best and fairest from last year. 21.4 disposals. He's playing more outside compared to last year. but he's finally finding his footing as an outside player. But if he can play inside mid and outside mid, goes a long way to making his AFL debut. 4 inside 50s, 4 tackles, 2.8 marks, 2.6 clearances. He's out of contract next year. He might be delisted, then picked up on the rookie list. Who knows? That's a watch this space. Joel Cochran, 4 VFL games, out with a shoulder injury. He might come back after the bye in the VFL, but we're struggling for key defenders, so Joel Cochran might come in, might make his AFL debut. He's got the boot on him. 4 VFL games, 14 disposals, 4.5 marks, 1.8 tackles. He can play up the ground as well. He can play as that tall wing role. So there's something there for Joel Cochran. He's out of contract this year, though. And 2 unfortunate players, Reef McInnes, ACL, 4 VFL games. Yeah, can't find any luck, unfortunately. Bobby Hill. And I'll say this now for Bobby Hill. The reason why I'm just mentioning him briefly is I'm sick of being burnt by Bobby Hill. This saga with Bobby Hill, the mental health and whatnot. I get it. Mental health is no joke. We want the best from Bobby Hill in his personal life and whatnot. But is he training? Is he not training? Does he want to play? Does he not want to play? I'm not going to talk about Bobby Hill or any sort of hype or anything regarding progression. I need to see Bobby Hill running up the tunnel on the ground for the AFL for me to think, right, he's finally playing. That's where I'm at with Bobby Hill. 3 VFL games, 4 goals, 7.7 disposals, 2 inside 50s, and just under 2 marks and 2 tackles a game. Come back in the VFL, give a shit, give a fuck. And then I'll talk about Bobby Hill, all right? So sorry for going on a tangent for Bobby Hill, but it's just, yeah, I'm frustrated. I don't want to talk about him too much anymore, just in passing. Until he runs onto the ground is where I'll realise, right, he's playing AFL because he could be selected at AFL level for a game to return and then he'll be laid out or he'll do something in the warm up or something. Yeah. Bobby Hill, come back in, be strong, be vigilant, give a shit, give a fuck. And then we'll talk about Bobby Hill, for me at least, in depth. And then the final 2 players, Liam Puncher, Harrison Coe, mid-season pickups. Puncher, 2 VFL games, 9 disposals, 3 marks, averages. And Harrison Coe playing that 1 VFL game, laid out against Casey, but against the Bulldogs. 16 hitouts, 14 disposals, 2 marks, 2 clearances. Could play a role at AFL level, Harrison Coe, like Smith. But yeah, that's every single Collingwood player analysed in depth for the stats and brief overviews and whatnot. I have been recording for how long? Nearly 1 hour and 20 minutes. So this video, this mid-season review, is over an hour long. There is a season to be played out, 10 home and away games, something to salvage. We need probably 6 wins to be guaranteed a wildcard spot. 5 wins, 5 losses after the bye won't be enough. We need 46 premiership points bare minimum, depending on results, but 7 wins. 7, no. 7 wins will get us into wildcard round for sure, 50 premiership points. Anything more than 7 wins would be a bonus. But the next 5 games will determine where we're heading for the rest of the season.